Do you have a vintage Gucci bag with a powdery, flaking interior that needs to be cleaned out? Well, you've come to the right place because I'm going to show you how to clean out this powdery, flaking, degrading interior in just 2 easy steps. So I'm going to show you how I got it from this, which was unusable and leaving black residue on my fingers, to this, which is all nice and fluffy and no longer degrading and completely usable. And for this crossbody bag, it took me under 20 minutes, and all you need are 2 things, and one thing you probably already have at home. Item number 1 is this small horsehair brush, but you can use kind of any type of hard-ish bristle brush, like a toothbrush or a shoe brush or a nail brush, any type of brush really, but this is just the one that I bought. And a vacuum cleaner, which you probably already have at home. And guys, I'll also link the tools I used in the description box below for you. So just a disclaimer, if this is the first time you're using this technique on a bag, please just do it on an inconspicuous area first, just to see if you're happy with the result before applying it to the whole bag, just in case you're not happy with it, so that way you haven't ruined the bag. Also, I want to specify this technique works really well for that dry peeling, not the type of peeling in some Gucci bags which has like a sticky, tarry nature. This will not probably work well on that type of interior. So please just check the interior of your bag as to what type of degrading you have, whether it's a dry, flaky, powdery one or a sticky, tarry one before starting this technique. So let's get into it. Step 1, dry brushing with your brush. So first, lay out some paper or tablecloth or something that can get dirty to protect your table. Then pull out the lining of the interior, lay it flat on the table and start brushing. Now, if for any reason you can't pull out the interior because it's stuck to the bag, you'll just have to put your hand in there and start brushing that way. You do want to be paying particular attention to difficult areas such as along the zipper, particularly at the zipper ends, and also along all the seams. They're the ones that take the most amount of time. So as you can see here, the powder is already coming off. You might also want to wear gloves for this part. So look at the difference it's made already between the brush part and the not brush part. Now I did line my table with just some scrap paper to help collect the black dust. Be careful with the folds. You want to make sure the folds are getting brushed out, particularly around the pocket. So look at the difference it's made already between the brush part and the not brush part. So be careful around where the zipper is. Sometimes it can be hard to pull the fabric out there. So lift up the zipper to expose the border. So this part was pretty quick, like 10-15 minutes. Now this part is not peeling or flaking, so I'm not going to brush that pocket. I'm going to leave that as is. That's pretty good and intact. Turn it around. So you can see how much black residue is on my scrap paper. So look at this seam here. You've got to really pay attention to the folds and the seams. It's always the hardest to get around the zipper. There's just a little bit I can't reach, but that's okay. So as you can see here, we've brushed off most of the black powdery residue. So next step, we're going to give it a good shake and then suck it up with a vacuum, or if you have an air compressor, you can blow it out with an air compressor. So let's just give it a good shake. So that's all my black powdery residue there. So this bag is a small bag, so it's not that much powder. So again, if you're able to pull the interior out, have it pulled out and start vacuuming all the debris up. However, if you're not able to pull the interior out, just stick your vacuum head in there. Okay, so now we're going to vacuum. Okay, it doesn't seem to be leaking powder on me anymore. So you can just stop here if you like. I would consider that already done. It's no longer leaking powder onto my fingers. If you want, you can still put a bag liner in there. Otherwise, this is ready for use. So that's it. That's the 2 easy steps. Now you can take this a little further if you like. If you have any type of blower or air compressor, you can do that as an extra step after vacuuming, just to blow out any extra debris as well. And if you're really keen on DIY things, you can also use an acrylic finisher, such as Angelus acrylic finisher, and paint a layer or 2 of that over the existing soft fluffy exterior. And if you want to see how to do that, I actually have another how to clean out the vintage Gucci interior video where I show you those more in-depth steps here. And if you are interested in this bag, I actually have the unboxing and try on video, which I bought this bag for Christmas 2025 here. And if you love vintage Gucci, I actually show you my whole vintage Gucci collection here.